So this is a new server I have created in the name of ID server 2. So we are going to add an additional domain controller to our domain. So this is the fourth video in the series. So we have already created another three more videos where we have seen how to install the Active Directory, how to promote a machine to a domain controller, and overview of the Active Directory. So in this video, we will check how to add a additional domain controller to an existing domain. So first of all, we have a PDC and we primary domain controller, and our domain name is Joyroute, Joute, and it's a Azure VM. So the settings or every settings I have done it in the Azure portal. So in your case, you should be able to communicate to the PDC. In this case, if you go to the command prompt, you can see this is the IP of this particular VM, and I'm able to. This is my PDC IP. I'm able to ping with PDC. So what you have to do in on-premise, you have to go to ncpa.cpl and go to your NICAD, go to properties, select your property details and give the IP address here and subnet default gateway and DNS name you should give the PDC server IP. This is not required as it is in the Azure VM. So in your on-premise, you will have to do all these settings and you should make sure you are able to communicate to the PDC. So these are the prerequisites before installing the additional domain controller. Okay, fine. So we are closing all this and we'll see here again, it's a new server. I have not done any changes here. So we have to set the time zone and all. It is UTC plus 4, Abu Dhabi, Muscat. Okay, okay, fine. And yeah, this is fine. So we'll go to the dashboard. First, we'll start from installing the Active Directory on the machine. Next, next, server from the server pool, which is AD server 2. Next, we're going to install Active Directory domain services. Add features. It will include DNS, group policy, all the details. Next, 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 and install. It may take few minutes. I'll just pause till the installation over. Yes, we are back after restarting the machine. We have installed the Active Directory, and after installing the Active Directory, you'll have to come here and promote the server as a domain controller. We are going to add a additional domain controller to the existing domain. So I'm clicking on that. So we have to select the first option, which is add a domain controller to an existing domain. Okay, so here we have to give the credential. So I'm just typing joyroute.com backslash the admin user, domain admin user. I'm giving the password. Okay, so the domain it's automatically pick over here. Click next, and again we have to give the restore mode password, which is if in case any restoration, if any disaster, we have to restore it. So the password will be to give it. This is really important password. We have to make it highly secured one. Okay, and click next, and we have to click next again. So replicate from any domain controller or the PDC one. So we can give both are fine. If you want, you can give any domain controller or you can specify AD the particular one. So this is required when we have multiple sites and the replication should happen from that particular site, which is nearest site domain control. If we have to select it, we have to select the option over here. In our case, any domain controller is fine, but still I'm giving our PDC. Click next. It shows that database folder, log file folder, which is in entities folder in Windows folder in C drive, sys folder and all. Click next, next, All prerequisites check passed. Now it will start installing. So we are promoting the server as a additional domain controller. Yeah, we have promoted the server as a additional domain controller. Now we will log in with the domain user, which is Joyroute Joyroute backslash the domain user at 123. Okay, yes. So we are logging into the additional domain controller. It's logging for the first time, so it will be creating the profile in the back. So obviously it will be taking time for loading for the first time. So meanwhile, we'll check it out what exactly happened in the primary domain controller, which is if the IP address is 39, then it should be 181. Yeah, it's already logged in here 181. So this is our primary domain controller. So we'll go to the Active Directory and check whether additional domain controller is available there or not. So Active Directory uses and computers domain controller. Yes, you can see the additional domain controller here, which is in the name of AD server 2. And if you go back to the server, it's still loading. Yeah, okay. So we have to wait. We have no other option because it is still loading. Yeah, now that additional domain controller is functioning fine, we will just go to the addition Active Directory users and computers. Click over there. So here, if you check it out, you can see DNS, group policy management, active users and computers. So all these additional features you can see over here, and the domain controller is, I mean, Active Directory users and computers are available now. That we'll just go to domain controller. Yeah, both the servers are available. You go to users. Yeah, you can see the built-in users and the user which we have created here. Now we'll just check whether the replication is working or not. For that, we will just we'll put the PDC IP over here, which is 0.0.5. Yeah. So you can see the netlogon folder and sys1 folder. That means it is start replicating from the PDC. So that's it. This is the way how we can create an additional domain controller. In the next video, we will check it how we can demote a additional domain controller.